All right, everyone. Welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And in this video, guys, what I want to do, is talk about my 2023 secret plans. Obviously, they're super secret because I'm sharing them on YouTube, putting them out there for the world. But I thought it'd be a really cool video to do before my account update, right? You guys know with my account updates, I kind of talk about what I did in the past month, talk about a little bit of what I'm going to do in the future. This is going to be a much more long-term video going into almost everything I'm going to do in 2023, show you guys a few things that I'm preparing for, and hopefully it gives you I don't want to say that it tells you what you should be building, right? Because I think my account's different than a lot of my subscribers base, right? Some of you guys are end game, some of you guys are in the beginning. But maybe it gives you guys some encouragement, some structure as to how I'm building my roster, right? That I'm thinking far enough ahead of not just the next farm, but the next three, right? So let's get into our video, guys. Now, as always, before we do anything else, we must first praise our King Wampa. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that you may not always be in my team, but you are always right here, my man. If you guys want to see Wampa hit Relic 8, all you need to do is get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, guys. I cannot thank you enough for how much this channel has grown this year. You all are amazing and deserve so much credit for allowing me, I thought it's an honor really to be able to create content for you guys. So I love all of you from the bottom of my heart. Let's get into these secret plans. All right, you guys know Lord Vader is the big thing. He's the big ticket for 2023 here. I'm really close, right? We're approaching, we're almost there, right? We need to Relic 8 Dooku, and then finish off our Tusken Raider, and we are there. Super excited for that. I'm, just like chomping at the bit, ready to go for Lord Vader. Then immediately after Lord Vader, the one thing I will say this, I'm going to put him on here just because it's not here. So while I do this, but the one thing that's going to go with Lord Vader is that I'm going to bump my Royal Guard up to at least Relic 5. At least Relic 5. But, we could potentially think about Relic 6 or 7, but definitely Relic 5 for the time being. And then we're going to go straight into the Fat Slug, right? We're going to go straight into Jabba the Hutt here. I just put the 4 characters I know I'll use with him every single time I play with Jabba the Hutt, whether it be GAC, Territory Wars, Territory Battle, right? This is going to be the squad to use. The 5th, you can kind of, figure out whoever you want. This is going to be, the vast majority, I would say, of like my couple of months. The nice thing is that I do have a head start, right? We do have some shards already for our characters here. That's just through different things that have come up, right? Chrysanthemum was a bonus drop for a while. Bush, Leia, and Lando, I've been farming their nodes. So just kind of getting ahead a little bit, right? The further ahead I am on them while I'm still in this Lord Vader stage, the better off I'm going to be as far as being able to move to other shards along the way, right? So then after I get Jabba, I'd like to take my Commander Luke team, all of them to Relic 6 minimum. Because C-3PO will be Relic 7 at that point, right? Han will be Relic 8. So then I need to take, 3PO and Chewie and Commander Luke at least up one more level. The reason I say minimum is because I'll have 2 characters that are at least Relic 7. And so then, bump up each of these characters. And there's a lot of signal data, right? That is a lot to get them to Relic 7s, but it's something I can definitely think about, right? With this new territory battle needing relic minimums for characters in certain zones, I see a lot of value in kind of taking some of these core teams and bumping their relic levels up. So this is one to definitely keep your eye on, guys, as I look to potentially help my guild get more and more waves inside of territory battles, but also just, get myself more use out of them, right? The similar thing here with my Jedi Master Kenobi, and again, this isn't set in stone, right? These are just some things I've been thinking of. I already took Ahsoka, both Ahsokas to Relic 6 from Relic 5, which definitely set my Lord Vader farm back. I'll be completely honest with that. It definitely set it back a little bit, but it's allowed me to use them in one more phase in territory battles, and I think that's a nice change for me. So we could think about Relic 7. That's a lot of investment for them. And I just put them in here, right, is kind of this break of it'll be a game time decision for me of what I think is more beneficial for my roster. So just keep those things in mind, right? 2023, kind of keep on the lookout, see what I'm doing, and if I decide to take these characters higher or not. But then we've got to get the faction that got bodied by Maul, right? If you guys have watched Rebels, you guys know that Maul just like tears these guys to shreds, right? It's embarrassing. I think it's the seventh sister and eighth brother that he just completely demolishes in that. But yeah, he's just, maybe it's second sister, whoever it is, he bodies them and it's comical, right? They're just kind of, useless. I think ninth sister is in Jedi Fallen Order, but obviously, Cal Kestis must come through in the end. But yeah, you guys, we need this faction. I've already started shard farming my second sister, who is the pilot for the TIE Interceptor. So I've been slow farming her, and then obviously been slow farming ninth sister. The reason I went in that order is I like ninth sister as a tank for the Lord Vader team. So going to be kind of taking these characters up to relic levels, make sure that we get them good to go, right? So she'll probably be a relic 5. I think second sister will be. Get ninth sister, she'll be a relic 7. The rest of these characters here, relic 7, because we'll then get our Grand Inquisitor, right? And he will get relic 7, because we need to get the characters that made the Kenobi TV series worse. I got to throw it in there. I actually think this is a very decent faction. I have high hopes for them in 2023. So, I don't want you guys to think that I hate Inquisitors. What I did not appreciate is the, force feeding them down our throats, right? Capital Games just really forced them down our throats. And in a way it was good because oh, hey, you need them. But it really felt like, especially recently, that, these new farms are just kind of force fed to us. And it's either get on the train or die. And, so this is a faction that I would like to get. I originally was going to do them before Jabba, but because you need Relic 7s for Third Sister, looking at the signal data, Jabba's going to be a more benefit to my guild, regardless of needing, it's not even thinking about the territory battle waves, as much as it is Jabba's going to help me in territory wars, Grand Arena, Conquest, right? All these other areas that Inquisitors would help, but not as much as Jabba, right? So we'll get this faction, guys. This is something I want to do for my guild. I want to start earning those Third Sister shards eventually. I think it's going to be important. And I do think this is a very realistic goal for 2023, right? Getting, a Lord Vader, we're almost there, right? Getting Jabba, getting, Inquisitors. I really don't think that that's asking too much of my account, right? And then I have some passion projects. And these guys can kind of happen whenever. So obviously, Omega is just going to round out my Bad Batch, right? She was one that if Bad Batch were necessary for this new territory battle, and by necessary, they had specific missions, I would have done her in between Lord Vader and Jabba. Now I don't know. We'll kind of see. I mean, I could take her to Relic 5 just to get her there. But we'll kind of see how things pan out. But she's definitely the first passion project I would do, I would say. I just think that getting her for the Bad Batch will help. And then the prepared squad. Dash Rendar is a fantastic character, but he really needs, decent characters with him, right? And this right here is kind of your typical prepared squad. I think they're really good, and they're a faction I would love to gear up. And I actually don't think that their gear requirements would be crazy because they were released before Kyratex. So, Kyratech farming wouldn't be as bad. I could get them up there pretty quickly. The thing is, again, guys, and you guys know me, right? It just would be, this would be a lot of relics to do just for, obviously Dash Rendar would then need his Omicron, but, it's a lot of relics to do. It's 2 characters that I still need to star up, especially because L3's Cantina, and there's a lot of characters in the Cantina that I still need to get for both Jabba and the Inquisitors. So, just something to think about. Kira, I'll be able to get 7-star just from the Galactic Bounties event, so I'm not really worried about her. Vandor has a hard node and is one that I might start slow farming at some point because it's a very easy hard node to do. But yeah, those are a few passion projects that I think you guys could see me working on in 2023. I want to put them on paper to kind of force myself to get after them. Again, this isn't exactly where I would put them in the order. Passion projects are something that I kind of do to break up a big farm, right? Like I might just do Omega in between my Lord Vader and Jabba, just because, and I don't know, maybe I'm just, weird this way, but like it makes me feel like my roster has made more progress when I can get a character that kind of fits right into a squad, right? Like I finished off the Bad Batch. I feel like I've got a better roster than if I just start going right into Jabba and then I've got Omega just sitting here at, level 1, gear 1, right? So it's just something to keep in mind, guys, right? So definitely some passion projects that I'd love to get going. We'll see. Obviously, things are going to change in 2023. New characters, so that's why your farming plans are always evolving. But we can stay. I'll say this, that I'm pretty set on getting Inquisitors and Jabba next year, right? Those are two things you can almost bet your bottom dollar on. So we've got our potentially category, right? Which is the Dr. Aphra tunes. I am excited about these characters. I think that these are all going to be very important for the new TB, right? For platoons and different things like that. Aphra looks amazing from the gameplay that I've seen. The reason they're down here is just they're so new that, they're going to take a lot of chirotechs. They're going to be gear intensive. They're not accelerated. And they are Omicron dependent, right? They're Omicron heavy. And one of the things I've been trying to make sure that I portray to you guys is that just because a character is good with Omicrons doesn't mean that you should get them, because Omicrons are a limited resource, and farming a character that is dependent upon Omicrons for success can hurt your roster, right? So I do just want to say that sometimes depending on Omicrons isn't always the best thing, because that character is only good for that specific game mode. So there's something to keep in mind, but definitely something on the horizon to do. Whether it's 2023, I don't know, but there are only Relic 5 requirements to get Aphra, so like really not relic intensive, but gear intensive, shard intensive, absolutely, right? They're not going to be accelerated for a long time. And then what I think is going to happen is Red 5 and Farm Boy Luke. We know Red 5 is going to happen. They've been teasing it for so long. And I am just willing to, put money that it's going to be Farm Boy Luke. That is the pilot for that ship. So get ready to throw some Zetas on this guy. Probably his Omicron too, right? Because we're going to have to. Going to be relicking him. It'll be fun, right? That's what I think is going to be happen. That's the big thing I think that's going to happen in 2023 is we're going to get Red 5. I thought about putting more speculative things in here, but I really think Red 5 is the one that I feel confident telling you guys. But yeah, guys, this is the list, right? This is the, secret plans for 2023. So to kind of cap it off, right, we're building a lot of like height for my roster. The one area that I've noticed I'm lacking in right now is that height that I didn't really have. Like I've got my Jedi Master Kenobi, but I don't have that Lord Vader, that Jabba to kind of throw down there and force people to use some really good teams against in Grand Arena, especially with the opponents I'm facing, right? So going for stuff that I think is going to help give me options on offense and defense. So I'm looking forward to 2023. I think it's going to be a fantastic year, guys. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for what this channel has done in 2022. And I want to make sure that we continue that success in 2023. And hopefully this farming path gets me there. But that's the video, guys. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. As always, smash that subscribe button. Wampa, thanks you for all of the love you guys have done. I will see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. Cheers, guys.